back to my channel. This is Prepping by Faith, and today I wanted to discuss, is it a lie, this sense of building a community amongst the preppers. So having the prepping community and creating these groups and teams and all that sort of thing. This is something that keeps coming up. I think a lot of people feel as though there are those of us out here who are not genuine, who are fake, who are just trying to create these communities with the notion of gaining something. I don't know if they think it's notoriety or a bunch of money or whatever it is, and that we're just trying to sell something. And there may be people out there like that. I'm not saying that there aren't those out there that could potentially be doing something like that. But at the end of the day, I think the majority of the people that are creating channels, that are content creators, that are putting themselves out there, that are trying to produce content that they feel is worth sharing with you, that are trying to teach you things and show you things and share ideas and everything that we do for the community, it's not to gain notoriety or to gain a bunch of money. I'm gonna level with you guys. Ever since I started this channel, this last month was the first time I ever received a paycheck from YouTube. Now, mind you, I have been running my channel since the end of January, okay? So the first check, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, my first check in that amount of time, and it was $143. So in all of these months, that's how much money that I've made from YouTube. And that includes the donations, that includes everything. I'm being completely transparent with you guys. I'm not doing this for money, and I know there's a lot of other people out here that are not doing this for money either. We are trying to help everybody in the community, and we're serious about trying to bring people together. That is what this is all about. You know, we don't sacrifice our time and put ourselves out there so that we can just get, you know, all this fame. I don't know what fame I think I've gotten off of this channel. I am barely over 3,000 subscribers since I started. I am just trying to help the people that I can, because I know a lot of my videos aren't getting out there, and they haven't been getting out there. And that's fine. That's not why I started this channel. It was to reach people and to help people. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, if I wanted to make money, I could go out and get myself a full-time job and start making money. I can find a remote position. I used to work in accounting. I'm not going to lack for trying to find a job. So there is something that I can do to make money. And I'm actually considering going back and doing some of this stuff, because some of these things, it just feels like sometimes that we pour our hearts and our souls into this, and it's just this constant criticism and it's this constant negativity. And it's hard when it's from, you know, people in the community that are subscribed or that leave or this or that. That's hard enough to swallow. But when it continues to come and be a rebound from all of the other content creators that are out there that just seem to be bitter at this point and just completely negative, and that don't understand that there really are people out there who are doing this because they care about others and because they're trying to bring people together, because they know that you can't do this on your own. If things get this bad, you're going to need others to rely on. You're not going to be able to rely solely on yourself and your little, you know, us four and no more concept. That's not going to work if things get this bad, right? So I am actually growing my group. I've had people reach out to me. You know, we are still going ahead and having a group session here in Colorado through Google Meet every 2 weeks. I have done this faithfully since I reached out and started this group. There may not be a lot of us in it right now, but it is something that I'm passionate about, and I'm taking my time to do this. This isn't something that I'm getting paid to do. I don't get paid to go on Google Meet and hold a meeting every 2 weeks. I have to carve time out of my schedule to make that happen and to try to reach out to my local community. And when I'm encouraging you guys to do the same, it's so that you guys have somebody else. It's so that you guys have somebody and a group to rely on. It's so that you aren't on your own out there should things get really, really bad. And I think that there's a lot of this animosity that gets spread in the community, I think because people don't understand each other. I think that there is a lot of hurt there. I think that a lot of people feel overlooked. They feel, you know, they don't feel appreciated. They feel like their content isn't watched, or they feel like they put themselves out there for a lot of channels, and then those channels don't reciprocate by commenting or watching any of their videos or including them on their channel or anything like that. And I think most of us, You know, I try to make my rounds and watch others' videos, and I try to be supportive. But at the end of the day, we're all very busy people, right? We have a million balls in the air. We're all trying to juggle life. And it's not because we don't like somebody, or we don't, you know, we appreciate this person more, or we appreciate this person less, or we're not trying to be there and we're not trying to support the community. It's never about that. I think a lot of us are just really busy, and I think that if we would just extend grace to one another and actually start thinking that, you know, start thinking the best of people instead of the worst. Start assuming that they have good intentions and that their heart is in the right place, and that maybe they just don't have the time. And it's not because they're overlooking you or they don't care about you. It's because they're literally busy and they're trying to run, you know, their own channel or their own group or whatever it is that they're trying to do. And we need to apply that to our lives too, right? So in everyday life, making sure that we extend grace to people and realize that, you know, they are busy and they're not overlooking us, whether it's a family member or a friend or a coworker or whatever it is. A lot of times people just don't even realize. And so if you're feeling, I want to encourage you today, if you're feeling overlooked or you're feeling like underappreciated, why don't you reflect on that in your own life and see if there's somebody maybe in your own life that you are overlooking, that you maybe aren't appreciating the way that you should, and maybe go ahead and try to do something special for that person, whether it's just a little small, you know, thank you token, or just a word of encouragement or an acknowledgement or a phone call or whatever it is. Maybe start reaching out rather than reaching in, okay? So that's what I would encourage you guys to do. If you're feeling that way, understand that there's probably others out there that are feeling that way too. And if we all did a better job of extending outward rather than inward, I think that we would really start seeing some change and start seeing some positive forward movement in the community. So I just want to encourage you guys to do that today. Obviously, there are going to be those that you just don't agree with, or that you just, you know, you share different values, or you share different perspectives or opinions, or maybe your personalities just don't mesh, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that you have to, you know, tear these other people down or say anything publicly about people to constantly attack them. You know, and there's something that I've started saying too, you know, a lot of people, they feel excluded or something, but my philosophy is it's really hard to, you know, cuddle a porcupine. So if you're the one out there constantly being negative and putting off all this negative energy, nobody's going to feel like reaching out or embracing you when that is coming off of you, right? So a lot of this, you know, victim mindset comes about because of things that you're doing as well that are causing that. So maybe just start reflecting on what it is that you're doing that's causing those things to happen in your life. Sometimes it isn't everybody else. Sometimes it is you. And I'm talking to myself too, because I've gotten myself into those places before where I've just felt really negative or overlooked or undervalued. And I have to think about it and go, well, is that really what's happening? Or, you know, there's another thing that I like to say a lot of the time is that your perception isn't always the reality, right? So whatever you perceive or whatever you see doesn't mean that is completely true. It's often slighted, and it's always going to be slighted in your favor. So I just want to encourage you guys to reach out to somebody today. Tell them how much you appreciate them, you value them. Do your best to keep in contact with one another. Do your best to continue to build groups and build community, because I do believe that at the core of it, as humans, we need each other, and we're going to need each other for the things that are coming in the future. So if you guys have enjoyed this video today, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And remember to pray, prep, and put God first. God bless.